All right, Bryan Mbeumo deal done this week. That's what you're obviously getting in through from the Mail Sport and Map Tears. These people are really close sources. You can call them the flies on the walls of Manchester United, even though they are known there, but their ears are at Manchester United. It's much like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And we are also talking about Fosu-Mensah into this, and the rest will obviously be coming in later. Now, Mail Sport have told us that Man United are optimistic about finalizing a deal with Bryan Mbeumo, or with Brentford for Bryan Mbeumo, before the end of this week. So the ultimatum has been set again. United want this deal to be done this week. Get it out of the way and see to it that all goes on well as planned. And I remember telling you that these are games that are being played by the club of Manchester United, because they know to it that if they really bring in Mbeumo earlier, you fans will be like, get us another player. That's what you'll be claiming in for. So all what they want is, let them start the preseason with Bryan Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha, and they'll take their time to obviously sign other players, because more focus will be onto the preseason, the training, who has arrived, who hasn't gone ahead to arrive, you understand? And they try to juggle things like that, you understand? So that's the plan of Manchester United. And let no one lie to you that it's not their plan. That's their plan. As a club of Manchester United, that's their plan, and they're really taking their time. And you've gone ahead to see to it that it's coming to a month plus when the deal of Bryan Mbeumo is not yet done. Yet we all know to it that this deal had all what it takes to get done in 2 weeks. And you ask yourself, what is that is failing them to negotiate that deal to get it done in the first 2 weeks? You know, that is the huge question. Because if you tell me that it's happening this week, I would be like, why didn't it get done last week? You know, look at the teams you're competing with. Arsenal has so far gone ahead to sign the 4 players: Kepa Arrizabalaga, Zubimendi, and Nogard. 3 players, and today they've gone ahead to unveil 1. And remember, we really went into this market first to obviously get in Matheus Cunha. But Mbeumo is United went in first for Mbeumo, and United went in for Arsenal went in for Kepa, done. They went in for Zubimendi, done. They went in for a player called Nogard, done. So I'm asking myself, what exactly is United at? And I'm really fed up of this, that it's happening this week, because every week they're telling us that it's happening this week. You understand? So I don't know what exactly is behind all this weight by the club of Manchester United, but it's really not what you would want to see your club go through in there. Then Map Tears said United have maintained constant and direct dialogue with Brentford every day over the past few days. It's expected that a final bid and agreement will coming soon. That's the expectation. I would be surprised if we didn't hear anything today or tomorrow. If not, then I would really start to worry. There has been a lot of optimism. You understand? Wrapping the deal up this week and pushing it through. If not, then I would start to worry about this. It needs to happen this week, and the expectation is that they will be able to reach an agreement this week. I've not had anything to say that isn't the case, that any offer isn't expected. It is. All I've had is the optimism in getting it done this week and getting him, Mbeumo, ready for training on the 7th of July. So Manchester United are really working tooth and nail to get this deal done and dusted. And he's like, if it doesn't happen this week, then he will obviously start to worry. That's what he has gone ahead to say. That if things don't really work that way, then he will start to worry. And him worrying means a lot, because he's a fly on the wall. That means things aren't going to go as expected on the side of Manchester United as far as signing Bryan Mbeumo is really concerned. So right now, all I can tell you is that United are really working to get this deal done. But for me, I'm fed up. I'm fed up of all these saying that it's obviously going to be done this week, then they postponed. I'm really fed up of this. Can we get this done and dusted? That's what I want. Can we get this done and dusted? Because we don't have time. We don't have time. And for everyone who thinks that we have time, then you don't know the fixture of Manchester United. Now, even if you have Mbeumo and Matthias Cunha, do you think it will be enough to take us through the first games of the season? You understand? Because you would like to have a midfielder who is going to be partnering Manuel Ugarte into that midfield early enough. You understand? You would love to see that. But with all these problems we are having of really not signing players early enough, do you know what message it sends you? That we are yet to struggle. If you're opening up with Arsenal, right? Then away at Fulham, then you host Burnley, then you'll play out Man City, then Chelsea, Brentford, Sunderland, and Liverpool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the first 8 games, United has to play Arsenal, they have to play Man City, they have to play Chelsea, they have to play Liverpool. So, if you're having such a fixture, you should really be very, 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 very considerate in as far as bringing in the players that you want to come in through are really concerned, because these players need to jelly down, during the preseason, and make sure that for the first 2 games, at least Arsenal is coming to Old Trafford, beat them at Old Trafford. After beating them at Old Trafford, then go away at Fulham, get a win. Because remember, United has taken very many games without getting a win. Sorry, we've gotten a win there, but it has always gone ahead to be very, very, very hard if you've been following up on the games of United and Fulham. Marco Silva leaving, it might really be one of those blessing disguises for clubs that we're going to be playing. Oh, Marco Silva is still there, by the way. I had regarded to that as Brentford. With Marco Silva still there, I tell you, Fulham is not a soft nut to crack. It's not an easy nut to crack if you've been following up on everything that has been happening around this team. So we are waiting for Bryan Mbeumo deal to be done this week, as very many people are really insinuating, but United are really working hard. But I've told you, this is a delaying tactic that is being played by the club of Man United, because they note it that the more they delay, obviously, the less players they will sign. You understand? And the problem is, we are not even working on the outgoings. I don't know what is it, I don't know what is it, because we should be working on outgoings to really finance our summer transfer window. And that is known to everybody who knows how United should deal into this particular summer transfer window. So that is it for the club of Manchester United coming in through here at Bryan Mbeumo, and we wait to see whether it comes in through this week. Now, Fosu-Mensah has come out and said, I'll always be a fan of Man United. Always. I came there when I was 16. I left when I was 23. I've had many nice moments. Won a couple of trophies, especially in my first season. We all know the history of United. We all know what United stands for. So Fosu-Mensah was one of those defenders that really went ahead to excite us, especially when Louis van Gaal came in through. And he was a versatile player, especially who could play in that entire back line for the club of Man United. But with Louis van Gaal, he was really picking up. And I remember one of the games they were playing against Fulham, and I think when he really got, was it West Ham, we got injured, and really went ahead to obviously use him as they used that place where they turned that place where he was, and he got injured as an avenue. But in that season, he got sacked, and then Jose Mourinho came in through, and he never jellied well with Jose Mourinho. So that's it. But he was really a very combative centre back, and he could play as a right back and a left back into the mix. So we wait and see how far his career will go, but he's one of those players that I think United would have gone ahead obviously have, but because we never had a very good structured system for how these people coming through, I think we spoiled many careers for these youngsters. So your thoughts on Bryan Mbeumo deal done this week are welcome in the comment section below. I know Nachitende is really fed up of this and very many others, but my role is to bring you stories like this.